If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well.
Hey guys, how's it going? Chez back again, and welcome to episode number 78 of the Chelsea Career Mode here on FIFA 15. First things first, apologies for no squad report yesterday. I completely forgot to do one, and I've actually already recorded today's, tomorrow's and Thursday's videos, and Friday's is a live commentary. So we'll just have to give a squad report in this particular series a miss until next week. I apologise, but I batch recorded, and then by the time I came to edit all the stuff, I realised that I'd actually forgotten to do a squad report. So we jump into the first game of today's episode, which is the second leg of the Capital One Cup semi-finals against Hull City. Obviously, we won the first leg 2-1 away from home, so obviously those away goals will come in handy when it comes to trying to get the progression through to the final for today's episode. Burak Yilmaz and Yannick Sagbo starting up top for Hull. Obviously, they're a decent side. They caused us a few problems in the first leg, and we caused them a few problems also, but their goalkeeper, Jakupovic, you guys were telling me that he actually glitches in career mode and turns out to be one hell of a goalkeeper, which makes sense because he made some great saves in that first leg, but our goalkeeper made a great save there as well. Kevin Trapp clawing that one off the line, and Ramirez just arrives at the right place at the right time to give us a 1-0 lead in this particular second leg. It was not the best of headers, actually, I think, from the defender. I think it might have been Kurt Zuma that won the first header. Drops to Ramirez so nicely, and as you can see from the goal line decision system, did cross the line before Tom Huddleston was able to get to it and clear it away, and quite clearly across the line by a good foot and a half or so. So we take a 1-0 lead. That makes it 3-1 on aggregate, but doesn't really change the outlay of the overall tie. Obviously, Hull needed to score 2 anyway to take us to extra time because of the away goals, and if they wanted to win it in 90 minutes, they needed to score 3 anyway. So they still need to score 3, and we come so close to making them need to score 4 there, with Oscar's great shot from distance coming back off the post. Drops back to Ramirez here on the edge of the box into Costa. Lovely little fake shot, but unfortunately the actual shot goes wide of the post and he hits the floor in frustration. But we stay 1-0 in front in the first half, continuing to come forward here, trying to get a second. You feel a second goal would really kill the game off, obviously, to make it 4-1 on aggregate and leave them needing 5. Well, no, I guess they could still just score 4 and go through an away goals, but Willian stands the ball up and Costa does score that second goal to give us a 4-1 aggregate lead. Really good header from him at the near post. Scored a couple of good headers for us recently, actually, and Lewandowski's been scoring headers for us recently as well. I don't normally tend to score that many, but recently, in past few episodes or so, in both this and the Career Mode Road to Glory series, I've actually been scoring more headers, so it's nice to actually find myself having an extra side to my game, because normally I like to play the little intricate passes and work the opportunities, but they're going to pick themselves up a penalty here. I just tried to block the shot with Oscar DeMarcos, but Burak Yilmaz went down in a heap. You'll see from the replay, DeMarcos almost ran past the ball and then reaches back with his left foot, almost runs past it there and then reaches back with his left foot to try and block the shot, and in doing so just kind of knocks Burak Yilmaz off his stride as he's reaching up to volley it with his leg planted on the floor. Tries to do a bit of dancing to put him off, but in the end it was a brilliant penalty from the Turk, smashing it into the top left hand side, and I went the wrong way with the goalkeeper anyway, and to be honest, if I'd even gone the right way, I probably wouldn't have gotten there anyway. So 2-1 we won the first leg, 2-1 we lead in the second. They do need another 3 goals to make sure they can go through on away goals though. Willian with a nice little back heel there to Oscar DeMarcos, whips it in, and Diego Costa goes for a similar header to his goal earlier on, but this time Jakupovic was on hand to tip it over the top of the bar. Hazard twisting and turning, always a tricky little character out on that left hand side, and a lovely left-footed ball here by Ramirez into Willian, trying to cut inside from the right here, as I'm always going to do in that situation, but find the man free here, Parejo, but a good save again by Jakupovic, and a good strength from the defender there. Actually, I think it was Robert Snodgrass, the midfielder, so good strength to hold off the man at the back post to stop me from scoring another, but we didn't need to score another, because that means we are through to the final of the Capital One Cup, thanks to a 2-1 win on the night and a 4-2 win on aggregate. Not sure who will be playing as of yet. The first leg between Newcastle and Southampton, between Newcastle and Everton, was 1-1, and at this point they haven't played the final or their second leg, so I'm not sure who will be playing. But we come into the second game of the episode, which is away from home in the FA Cup against Leeds United. Now, we struggled to get past Blackburn in the previous round in this competition. Obviously, we had to go to a replay against the North West side, and they actually gave me quite a few issues. So I was hoping to have a better game against another Championship side here in Leeds, but obviously it's in the snow, and they play in white. And you'll see from the game highlights once we actually get into the gameplay, pretty difficult at times to spot their men on the pitch. So it was going to be an interesting game, but it took me a while to get adjusted to the fact that I could sometimes barely even see where they were, especially where there's more snow on the pitch than not. Obviously you get the darker green patches, but in some places it's more white than not, and it really is quite hard at times to pick Leicester to pick Leeds players out on the pitch. We hit the post though earlier on with another cross and header, and we do the same again, another cross attempted header, but unfortunately it was a tame one and went out for a goal kick. It wasn't the best of actual connections on it there. Another attempted cross that's well blocked, but it drops to Bernat here, into Matic, good turn, gets tackled, but it drops to Costa, try and whip it to the top corner, but Silvestri's on hand with good handling actually to pluck that out of the air and keep it close to his chest and not palm it away to the awaiting striker who wanted to put it into the back of the net. But we continue to be on top in this first half. Antoine Griezmann here, obviously going to try and make sure that I can get onto his left foot, works it out to Bernat, another great cross, up goes Ross Barkley with a header, and the former Leeds United loanee gives us a 1-0 lead right in front of the Chelsea fans as well, so perfect place to do it. He did obviously spent his entire professional career at Everton when it comes to permanent transfers, but has had a couple of loan spells, Ross Barkley, earlier on in his career, and actually spent 4 games or played 4 games for Leeds in a loan spell. We come close again to scoring there. It's the second time we've hit the woodwork in this game, and then Griezmann's secondary shot goes wide, so we could quite easily be 3 or 4-0 up by this point in the game. But we head towards the end of the first half. Leeds United finally having a foray forward, playing the ball out really nicely, get a little bit fortunate with the way that it drops to the man at the back post after a really awkward attempted block in the middle, and they get themselves back level with their only chance of the game so far. I was annoyed, to say the least. Obviously, having dominated the entire game so far, and Robin comes so close to scoring a great goal there to get us a 2-1 lead. I was so annoyed that they'd been able to score in such lucky fashion and get themselves back on level terms. And then Nemanja Matic goes down there after trying to just let the ball run across him and do the defender as he came in behind him, and he's actually going to be out for a while. That's a broken ankle for Nemanja Matic, and he's going to be out for 3 months. So on comes Ramirez to replace him, and sadly we are going to miss our Serbian for a while, and that is probably him out for the rest of the season, which is a real issue. Unfortunately, we brought in Paul Pogba during the previous transfer window, and he can play very well in that holding mid spot. And I can ask him with the instructions, etc., to be slightly more defensive, because he obviously does like to push forward. But we do get the ball in the back of the net for a second time here in the 77th minute. But sadly, Diego Costa, despite a very acrobatic and brilliant finish, was unluckily offside as Ramirez's shot came in only just, but he was the wrong side of the defensive line. It was a good call by the linesman. We're pushing to stop his time at the end of the first half. Can we avoid a replay for the second FA Cup round in a row? Griezmann goes on a wonderful run, but the shot just is not good enough. It trickles past that far post, and Heinz's effort towards the end of the first half is enough. Despite that being probably the only worthwhile effort from Leeds to show you, it's enough to give them the right to come down to Stamford Bridge and have another crack at us in a replay. So so annoyed. It's 2 FA Cup runs in a row that we've had to go to a replay, and obviously we really didn't need the extra fixture, especially now having lost Nemanja Matic. But we're on transfer deadline day, as you can see, accepting a loan deal for Ruben Loftus-Cheek and trying to work out a better deal for Nathan Ake. £3.5 million is the overall fee now that they have accepted, and he will leave us for 3.5 million and go to the Spanish side. We get a big offer in here for Willian with 6 hours to go in deadline day. I was tempted to counter offer 30 plus, but I really wasn't sure whether I'd have enough time to bring in a replacement if that deal went ahead. So in the end I decided to reject it, and he will stay at the club. But we stay top of the table, as you could see, and I'll scroll back up, by a single point ahead of Arsenal, but we can go 4 points clear again should we win our game in hand. Newcastle have a game in hand as well and can close up on Liverpool in third. So the Champions League spots look pretty safe right now for all of the teams that are in there, providing that Newcastle can win that game in hand. Southampton and Crystal Palace sit there just outside the Champions League spots, with Spurs a further place behind. And Man United still down in 14th. 5 wins, 10 draws, 8 defeats for them. don't understand what's going on at Old Trafford this season. Man City down in 10th as well. So it's ourselves, Arsenal and Liverpool at the top of the table vying for the title right now. We'll have to see how that title race progresses over the next few episodes. But that is going to bring today's to a close. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, of course, and subscribe if you haven't already. There'll be a My Player episode later on tonight, so keep your eyes peeled in your sub box at 8 PM for that. We hit 70k yesterday, so thank you very much for 70,000 subscribers. The 70k special video might go up today, it might go up tomorrow. I'm not sure, as I record this Monday afternoon, when I'll actually get it up for, because there are a couple of other things I need to iron out before it can go up. But of course, keep your eyes peeled for that as well this afternoon, if it goes up this afternoon. Well, just follow me on Twitter, link down below, and then obviously I'll tweet it out and you'll be able to stay bang up to date with everything that goes on with me and the channel over on Twitter. So definitely do that. There are other links in the description to Instagram, to Twitch, to Facebook, and to my sponsor G2A to check all of those out if you haven't already. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.